featuring Joe C.
Why in the world am I sitting back and being quiet about this?
Matt Hayes.
Oh, my God, this is ridiculous.
And Leon Searcy.
If you can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch.
Oh, you move around the room, and there's definitely some excitement in the air. We are at the Ale House, corner of Beach and Hodges, and it is a Bud Light build-up to the championship Sunday. And we say thanks to Bud Light, the official beer of the National Football League, and we got NFL talk to talk about. We're going to look at these championship games, but the number one thing in the city of Jacksonville is that Duval thinks they found their dude. They think that Liam Cohen can come to Jacksonville and save our city. This is like way beyond Arden Key, okay? Arden may have built it. Liam's going to save it. So welcome into XL Primetime on a Florida Home AC Friday as we get fired up. And I tell you what, the last couple of days have been crazy, that's for sure. From a I don't know to a maybe to a no thank you to a wait a minute and just on and on and on. So let's just set this bad boy up. It's been talked about last night, all the way through the night, into this morning, and here we are, 2 o'clock, and we're still talking about it. Big Searcy and Maddie, we will invite Jaguar fans to drop on by Beach and Hodges, the Miller's Ale House. We'd love to see you, especially if you do want to talk some Jaguar ball. You want to talk Championship Sunday with us, just drop on by. You can order you up a cold Bud Light, maybe some of those zingers, like you were talking about, Leon, earlier.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just go through it. What did you think as things unfolded?
Well, I mean, I'm happy that he doubled back. You know, I'm happy that he doubled back. And listen, it's the first day, the first hire. It's like that new car smell.
Yeah.
All right? I appreciate it. It is. I'm excited. I really am. I'm going to use this day and this opportunity. I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer. I'm going to love on them right now.
Yeah.
Because that's all I have. It's like when you go and you love dogs, right?
I love
First
dogs.
time you saw them, what'd you do? You hugged them.
Yeah.
You embraced them.
Any dog.
That's the way. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm loving on Liam right now.
Yeah, we may need to tell Matt that Liam is a dog so he could love on him just a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a teeny tiny bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't even know why that's aimed at me.
No, because you're over there nodding your head right now. That's why I'm looking at you.
No.
You can see it on YouTube.
Look, all I'm saying is let's hope it works. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, he doesn't have any experience at all as a head coach, okay, at all. Let's hope it works. Let's hope it's a 5, 6, 7-year run, and they go to the playoffs a few of those years, and Trevor gets right. And more than anything, let's hope he fixes Trevor. That's number one.
Yeah.
And number two is let's hope they go to the playoffs 3 or 4 years during his 5 or 6 years or whatever he's here, because 100% of these coaches do not finish with the teams they sign with. 100%. So let's just hope it works for however long it works. That's all.
Well, it's funny because the things that went through my head, obviously, and I was following along with all the reporting that was just wild last night, and it was nonstop. It really was. And basically, Shad Khan once again became enamored with a head coach and was willing to tell a general manager to hit the road, pack it up, take off, and then he went in search of Liam Cohen and went and brought him back. And then after Tampa Bay had given Liam this hefty and handsome raise to be an offensive play caller and probably had some conversation that said, you will be the next guy to run the show here. This is your pay. This is your future, yada, yada, yada. He didn't sign it. And then when he doubled back and said, you know what, Duval is a real option now that guy's out of the building. I'm going to get a nice big bump in pay. I'm going to get control. I'm going to have a hand in picking my GM. So we'll see how it goes. But there is zero head coaching experience on this guy's resume.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe him not knowing any better, maybe that helps us out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we've tried
Everything.
We've tried everything.
Yeah.
We've tried Super Bowl winning coaches, national championship winning coaches. We got guys who have been in the league. I mean, we've tried it all. So now, here's a guy who doesn't have that much experience, probably don't even know any better. Let's just give it a try.
Well,
I love him even more because he got the guy we wanted out of the building.
Yeah.
If anything, bottom line,
Yes.
He got the guy out of the building.
That's right.
He goes.
And I don't know what the conversation was, but if he said anything like, hey, you want me here, that guy's got to go. I love him already.
I love the fact that a 39-year-old has that kind of power. I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's any potential hire that says, you know what, for you to be successful, for me to be successful, this guy no longer needs to be part of the plan. And that's how it happened. So you guys let us know what you think. 641-1010. You can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures and kind of let us know what you're thinking, especially as this day has unfolded. That's for sure.
Let's do with that, JJ.
Right.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The deal is officially done now. Liam Cohen is the new head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We do have a statement from Shad Khan. To repeat my message earlier this week, I am deeply committed to building a winner here in Jacksonville. I also believe in being judged by actions, not words. That's why I took swift and decisive action this week to hire Liam Cohen as the new head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I am pumped that Liam is accepting the challenge and opportunity to build the winner that Jacksonville fans and partners fully deserve. I know our players feel the same.
Did Shad work pumped into his press release?
He did. Not only that, I think it's
I love that.
The best part is I took swift and decisive action this week to hire Liam Cohen. And then what was unsaid there is after I was embarrassed by what I realized that happened by keeping Trent Baalke. And I'm going by what Leon said. I mean, that's what happened. He got embarrassed by the process of people turning him down because the guy to his right during the interviews they wanted no part of.
Well, yeah, I don't think there's any question. He heard enough from outside the walls of the bank to finally realize that there was a problem inside. And we have chosen a number of different ways to describe it, but he basically swept it out. He took out the trash. We can come up with any cliche, and he made the move. Now, let's just set up a couple of things because now there's joy in Whoville. If you were a Liam Cohen fan, you wanted to see him come here. There's joy in Whoville if you like the fact that Shad Khan was decisive, was more about action than words, which you have to, at the very least, give him credit for doing that. But at the same time, there are coaches this weekend, Kellen Moore, Cliff Kingsbury, Joe Brady, and you can add any of the other guys in there that you want, Steve Spagnuolo, all these guys that are still coaching, that half of them, because you're going to have 2 losers and 2 winners. Half of them are going to be available on Monday. Now, that might be Cliff Kingsbury or it might be Kellen Moore. It might be Joe Brady or it might be Steve Spagnuolo. And you can come up with any scenario. But Shad made a decision to zero in on this cat and pass on those. Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, there's still quality guys out there that are going to be playing. Going to be coaching in the championship game. And listen, what Liam did was unprecedented. So I think like I said that, I think Shad felt that this guy. Now, I'm not going to say disrespected, but he felt a little embarrassed that this guy, who only had one interview, decided to take his name out the hat. So you think he was going to sit on that for at least another week or 2? I don't think his credentials or his credibility. If he had let that ride for another week, I don't think Shad would have let that ride for another week.
So this is how I look at this thing. And you guys may not like this, this may upset you, but when you are who you are, and at the end of the day, there's no avoiding it. You are who you are with this franchise, okay? You have to take chances. You have to take risks because you're not going to get your choice of the elite guys. You got to take risks. Is this a risk? 100% it's a risk. 100%.
Right.
But at this point, with this franchise, every coach is a risk. Every one of them. Every GM you pick is going to be a risk. So let's see what happens. He's got the job. He's going to have say in hiring the GM. Allegedly, that's what we're hearing, correct?
Yeah.
So let's see what he does.
And look, I don't mind the idea. And like we said, you can come at this a number of different ways. There have been retreads, obviously, there have been interims that are promoted. There have been retreads. There have been first-timers. There have been guys with hardware that have come in here. There have been guys that have come from college to the pro game going all the way back to TC, not just urban. And you can come up with all the different paths that were taken, and you can go down the line. Tom Coughlin was a first-time NFL head coach. He had been a head coach. Jack Del Rio was a first-time head coach in the National Football League. He had limited experience as a defensive coordinator. Mike Mularkey was a respected offensive coordinator and had one run up in Buffalo, and we all know that it didn't work out here. He was a 2-14 one-and-done guy. Then you go to the next guy. He had never been a head coach. Gus Bradley went on to put together with Dave Caldwell the second worst losing percentage in the modern era, in the Super Bowl era. Then you go from Gus to an interim in Doug, who also had been – they hired two guys that had coached Buffalo before, okay, and they gave Doug Marrone a chance. And then he had the early...
Not good Buffalo, too. Not Buffalo now. Buffalo prior.
Exactly. And so then...
That's kind of my point. You don't get first choice.
Yeah, well, I guess the thing... My point is that they've done it all sorts of different ways. This will not be the first head coaching job for a Jaguar head coach. But it's been a minute, and you're going to find out whether or not you can get over the sting and stain of Urban Meyer and Doug Peterson flaming out in the end and go give a new young guy an opportunity. And when you start thinking about this, and like I said, we need to present it as there were other good candidates, and Shad made a decision to go in this direction. He drilled down on Liam, locked in on Liam, and said, we're going to go get Liam, and he brought him in. But you still, like the other first-timers that have been out there, Sean McVay is the classic example that everyone's going to use because that's the guy hired extremely young, and he's been successful. He's won a Super Bowl and so on and so. He's actually sent his proteges off into the league. Kevin Connell, first-time head coach. Kyle Shanahan, first-time head coach. Matt LaFleur, first-time head coach. So there are guys that have been successful, particularly from the offensive ranks and coming out of those trees. And we'll find out whether or not this is going to be another one of those guys. You want to get lucky. You want to be lucky this time compared to getting your butt handed to you with all the other decisions.
I'd rather be prepared than be lucky.
Well,
you're at the point now. That's kind of what my point is you are where you are. You are who you are. Mm-hmm. So you have to get lucky. Your track is going to have to get lucky on a pit. There's nothing wrong with that. You just got to get. There are other teams that have gotten lucky, right? The Vikings got lucky.
Yeah.
Hell, you could say the Rams got lucky, right?
All the ones we mentioned. Yeah.
So that can happen. The next thing is, what do you do at GM? And you can't, quote unquote, get lucky there. It's got to be somebody that knows what the hell he's doing, right? Well, let me throw this out there real quick, okay? Yeah. Pete Carroll, he's 73, right? Just got hired by the Raiders. He's 46 days younger, by the way, than a guy named Nicholas Saban. How about Nick Saban for your GM? You want a football guy?
We need him to run college
football. A guy that's been in the NFL, a guy that knows the NFL.
Yeah, been in the NFL.
Knows players, knows football, knows players.
Been in the NFL 20 years ago.
Joe, he knows players. He knows football.
I get that. He doesn't know the job of general manager. Like, where are we? Why do we just dive off into this experimental stage?
Oh, my God. You're worried about the last guy they had here didn't know football.
All right, I got to turn my volume down. Just because,
oh, my God. He didn't know football.
Okay, we got to establish what.
He gave a $38 million contract to a guy at left guard. He didn't know football.
And you're going to tell me because guys got rings in the national in the college football game that he knows football from a general manager level?
He was also successful in the NFL too as a coach.
Yeah, he had a mediocre record. It was Midland, and it was back in the early O's. Okay, so he's 19 years removed from that.
I can't believe that you're sitting there looking at me when the last two guys that were here. Wait. The last five GMs here.
This is what we need to
establish.
The last
5 GMs here.
This is what we need to establish. If we're going to establish what is good and compare it to bad, then hell yeah, Nick's probably going to be a slightly more successful GM than Trent Baalke because Baalke sucked
or any of the GMs other than Tom Coughlin that's been here.
So you're going to hire a guy just so he can be slightly better than the last guy that was in the building?
No, not slightly better. No, I think he's a football guy. They need a football guy.
Gosh, I want a guy that knows how to judge personnel in today's NFL. That's what I want. Nick Saban, great guy when it came to what he was able to accomplish in the college football world. But
you don't think he knows personnel?
Yeah, I do. He knows personnel that he recruited from high school into college.
You don't think he knows football? You don't think he knows players who can play and who can't?
I think the answer to every one of your questions will be a yes. But the answer ultimately is he going to be a good GM? And the answer is a big I don't know.
All right. I don't know about Liam Cohen either.
Okay, so we're stuck. I love when you throw a guy in there that is completely off the radar as it's a good idea.
Okay, so let's keep going down the same road of hiring bad general managers in the NFL because they worked for this team or that team because he's a quote-unquote general manager, and he gets the idea of being a general manager.
First of all, Nick Saban would never come to Jacksonville.
I know he wouldn't. I know he wouldn't. I know there's no way he wouldn't. But all I'm saying is, you throw enough money at him, you can at least intrigue him a little bit.
I know, but what are we doing? Why are we wanting to go down that road to see if we can attract some guy who's not interested in that position?
Because at the end of the day, they need a football guy. I'm so tired of these guys that are not football guys.
Okay. Like, I'm using examples that actually make sense. When Brad Holmes did rise to the level of being a general manager,
was Dave Caldwell a football guy?
Oh my gosh,
was he?
All right. Yeah, he was, and he didn't do a very good job here. And I've been pretty ironclad on that.
Trent Baalke a football guy?
Yeah, he is a football guy, and so is Eric DeCosta, and so is Brad Holmes.
Leon, the man who played the game, was Trent Baalke a football guy?
No, he wasn't. Absolutely.
I love the guy.
Terrible talent evaluator.
I love the guy that has all the answers to his own questions.
No, I make my statement, and then I turn to the guy at the table that has actually played the game and ask him.
I got you.
And 99% of the times he says, "You're right."
Well, that's because you asked the very basic question: is Nick a football guy? The answer is yes.
I said no. I said, was Trent Baalke a football guy? Yeah. Then I said, was Dave Caldwell a football guy?
Absolutely not.
I have no idea. My answer would have been yes, because he was in the football business, but he sucked at being a GM.
Right, but he wasn't. Dave Caldwell was not a GM before he got here, was he?
No, he was not. That's the whole essence of what we're talking about here.
I guess you're trying to say Nick is a talent evaluator, that through all his success in college, he knows what football is.
Nick knows football.
He does.
They need a football guy, is what I mean.
Absolutely does.
They don't need some guy
he would never take a job.
who's a great cap guy, who was an assistant GM somewhere, and he's a high riser. They need a football guy.
All we do is laud the teams that are kicking ass right now in the National Football League, okay? And name the names of those guys that were football guys. Just name them.
Well, let me tell you something. Bobby Slowick was kicking ass 2 years ago. Now he's fired.
What does that have to do with the general manager here?
You're saying all we do is name the guys that are kicking ass.
Well,
I'm saying go get somebody who's proven it, who knows football.
Well, I'll tell you what. We are. I don't know why we have to get off this road. We're on a main paved road, and we have to somehow or another get on a dirt road to nowhere. Okay, it's part of your. I don't know, man. It's just part of.
I enjoyed that. To be honest,
I know.
I knew you would. JJ.
Believe me, I just look at him, I shake my head. All right, so
and JJ's back there going, he's got a good point.
Yeah. No, he does not. He does not have a good point. Okay, laughter is totally different than good point. All right, so let's keep it going. You guys can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosure 641-1010. I won't even follow that one. I'm going to go with, okay, who is the next guy? Ray Agnew did play the game. He is a football guy. That might make some sense because he's risen in the ranks when it comes to GM duties. So we can get in all those guys, but now it is official that Liam Cohen has ditched the Bucs to come to Duval. It is XL Primetime. We're hanging out here at the corner of Beach and Hodges, the Ale House. Come grab some zingers, a bucket of Bud Lights as we get you all fired up for the weekend and your new hire in Duval.
Mystery Men.
I'm invisible. Can you see me?
Yes. Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
Do I know you guys?
I don't think so.
Changing the world one Guggen at a time.
Learn it, live it, love it.
Mornings on 1010XL.
We aim to please.
Cannonball!
Honey, someone's in our pool.
Oh, refreshing.
John, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Seeing as how me and the guys at Clearwater Irrigation reinstalled your sprinklers after the pool contractor ripped it out, I thought you wouldn't mind if I took a quick dip.
But in a Jaguar print Speedo?
Yeah, Dave. My bad.
Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage, too.
I'm Chris Campione. In a world of big box law firms with satellite offices, there's something special about having a local legal team that cares about you and your community. We're not just lawyers, we're your neighbors. We understand the unique challenges facing the Jacksonville community because we live here too. At Campione Law, Campione Cares isn't just a tagline, it's our commitment to you. Campione Law, your trusted lawyers after an accident. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione Law.
The big game is almost here, and Sonny's Barbecue wants you to win a barbecue feast. Text Sonny's to the text line brought to you by Lifetime Flooring at 641-1010 for your chance to win. 641-1010.
It's a new year at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. Cash in this month with thrilling promotions and tournaments, including daily high hands and table games clockwork cash out. giving away $300 cash every 15 minutes and selected weekends at all 3 Best Bet locations. Catch all the excitement in 2025. See all the details and learn the games at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Get ready for ice-cold action with the Jacksonville Icemen. Experience the thrill of hockey, the excitement of the game, and the local spirit. Full promotional schedule at JacksonvilleIcemen.com. Join the Icemen for a season full of unforgettable moments.
Hunters Know Patience is part of the game.
Just got to keep hunting.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz on the Nimnicht Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Jacksonville. When AEW returns home, it is the biggest party in all of professional wrestling.
Daily's Place, the home of AEW.
And on Saturday, January 25th, Collision returns live. It's a new year and a whole new era in AEW, and there's no better time to experience the excitement than right now. AEW Collision Homecoming, live from Daily's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. Tickets on sale now, starting at $20 at AEWTIX.com.
Ring in the new year with a new boat. Don't miss the Jacksonville Boat Show, January 24th, 25th, and 26th at the Prime Osborne Convention Center. Presented by ViStar Credit Union. Tickets at boatjacks.com. Come buy a boat.
I'm Ben from Beard's Diamonds. My father and I buy our stones direct from the diamond cutters. No middleman, no big company overhead, no commission salespeople, and we pass the savings on to you. Before you buy anywhere else, remember, Beard's Diamonds will beat any competitor's price.
In the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the 2024 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards, and it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Looking for a great place to enjoy some craft creations and soak up some scenery? Fernandina's Mocama Beer Company is a must-see and must-try. Nassau County knows it. Visitors need to find out about it. Mocama means near the big water where the sun is born. And if you visit their tap room in Fernandina Beach, you'll see how they've mastered equal parts precision and art in creating great flavors from IPAs to Pilsners, lagers, and sours, plus plenty more. Mocama.com, Mocama Beer Company. Start an adventure and find them in Fernandina.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, we have a statement from new Jaguars coach Liam Cohen given to Peter Schrager exclusively. So we have to credit Peter Schrager.
Schrags is a good buddy of his.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
It goes on a lot of boilerplate stuff. He's happy to be here, blah, blah, blah. But then he says, most of all, we are grateful to Shad Khan for his belief in what we will bring the Jaguars. We will work tirelessly to reward his confidence. As head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, I will hire a first-class coaching staff, establish a distinctive and effective brand of football on both sides of the ball, and our players will live for the black and teal. Shad and Jaguars fans should expect nothing less, and that's what we plan to deliver and more. My wife, Ashley, and our family are honored to be here and a part of the Jacksonville community. We are ready to get to work.
Well, they
that gives you a little chill, right?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
love them already.
And Leon, when he goes black and teal. He didn't flip it. He didn't go.
You're
teal
upset
and
it
black.
wasn't teal and black. You were upset about that.
because I just like the fact that he at least paid attention.
He did his research a little bit. He got to flip it though,
which is good. And so
you're not giving that up, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he had a conversation with Peter Schrager going back to like middle of the year, somewhere around October, and I shot it to JJ yesterday or the day before, and he's like, "Well, I don't guess we don't need that anymore." Anyway, it's worth playing the one little part that we will pull up a little bit later on, but that he definitely is a guy that wants to put pressure on defenses, and we'll see if he can. And there's been a lot of people that have chimed in on him, and even overnight, he got clobbered for not necessarily staying in touch with his current employer, which was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then his wife had to come out. And social media is nuts. They take over, and they were getting on the idea that he was using his kid as an excuse and this and that, and she had to come out and tweet. It was something else.
Say our son, actually has a problem. We were at the hospital. He has an immune deficiency, so we were at the hospital, so get off.
Yeah.
So when it's
why do you even have to address that?
Because there
just
are lunatics out there.
Just say suck it.
Right,
all right?
I agree.
Take care of my family.
Well, it wasn't lunatics. It was like Rick. Wasn't it somebody from Tampa was reporting that he said his son was sick or whatever?
I thought you were going to say it was Rick Ballou. I was gonna say,
no.
Rick's a lunatic in a good way.
He's a great.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Rick Stroud.
By the way,
Rick Stroud.
Yeah, and I'll just for 1010XL's part in this, this is the beautiful thing about this 1010XL machine that never stops. And last night I had gone to a nice little grand opening. Remember, I would always brag on the cheese wheel way back in the day. Well, they opened up. This is the family. They opened up the wheel, so we got to go down there and hang out. And they're cranking out food left and right. And anyway, I'm trying to chase the story and keep an eye on it. So on the way back from Jacksonville to the Og, I'm listening to from Frange into Rick Ballou into the night, and then we have the little event, and then after that it's Hacker After Dark.
Same
and I'm
thing.
telling you what, it was just nonstop intel and information. And so that's the beautiful thing about the Superstation is that it's there for you all the time to react.
Ballou and Hacker crushed you last night.
Yeah, my gosh, man. Just to kind of be able to get the pulse of the city, give everybody what they want, keep an eye on everything. And it was nonstop on social media, that's for sure. So what do you guys think? You're hearing everything about this guy. What do you like? What don't you like? What worries you? What should have you fired up? A couple of names that I saw that could be out there as far as putting a staff together. Is he going to be a play caller? I think that was one of the things that maybe people inside the building said that's got to be real important, Leon, is that if he's coming in, if you're hiring him as an offensive guy, he's got to bring his offense, his touches and ideas on the offensive side to make not only Trevor better, but make this offense better. The way they ramped things up in the run game down in Tampa, it was big time in terms of an improvement.
I'm sure he's going to probably address that at the presser. That he'll be probably more than likely he's going to probably be making the calls. We've had to deal with the last couple of years of who's making the calls and this guy and all that kind of the back and forth between Press Taylor and.
It's not going to be any of that.
Oh God, thank you, appreciate that. I'm very interested to see what kind. He talked about he's going to put a staff together. I'm very interested to see what kind of staff. My heart and dear is to the offensive line. I went back and I looked at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line. The oldest guy on that line is past 5 years. So that I don't know if he assembled it in any kind of way, but if you look at the offensive line with Tampa Bay, they're young, they're youthful, they're talented. They're one of the better offensive lines in the league. So whoever he brings in, he's going to have to address the offensive line because moving forward, if you want to establish the run game and the stuff he wants to do, you've got to control the line of scrimmages. So I'm going to be very interested in see what he's going to do as far as the offensive defensive line goes.
Yeah, if you want to develop the most important position and person on the team, you better have an offensive line. You're exactly right. I hope that at some point in his introductory press conference, he says, look, none of this happens what we're doing unless we can block somebody. Mm-hmm. I would love to hear that.
Block and tackle.
I would love to hear that, man. That would get me fired up about Liam Cohen being the coach here.
And the other thing is all you really got to do is punch in and see what they were able to do down in Tampa Town, and they were statistically at the bottom when it comes to running the football. They averaged less than 90 yards on the ground in 2023. They threw it around, of course, because they had Mike Evans, they had Chris Godwin. Kate Otten was a developing tight end, and they had other guys that they were getting the football to. From their front office, Jason Light goes out and gets Jalen McMillan to come in, adds another layer to the receiving core, and then they go and get Bucky Irving. And Rachaad White was the guy that was toting the ball, and Bucky Irving was just going to be a complimentary piece. You start taking a look at what they did. They went from less than 90 yards to the league's fourth best. They went from averaging 88.8 yards to 149.2. That is a massive leap, okay? That's almost doubling your productivity. And 3 of the same starters on the offensive line, to your point, Leon, they had 3 starters on the O-line that they had there before. They have a rookie center and the rookie running back in Bucky Irving. So that's a lot of change, and then coming in and making sure that if I'm going to make Baker Mayfield the star that I think he could be, he's a smart cat in the pocket making decisions. He can deliver the football. He can take off and run when he needs to. And then getting that run game going, it just took all that pressure off it.
No, absolutely. That's going to be Trevor's best friend. And I also looked at the offensive line. They ranked 6th in the NFL as far as contact. The running back averages 3 yards before he's contacting. You know, we watch the games here in Jacksonville. Sometimes I just pray for a stalemate.
Oh, my God.
Because every time you looked at it, there was a defender in the backfield stopping us for a 2 or 3 yard loss. So I mean, he's coming in. I'm very in tune to see who he brings as an offensive line coach.
Yeah, and if they can go out there and put together, just kind of map it out, and basically Tank Bigsby has an opportunity, depending on what they do up front, to be that power runner for this offense and be able to get a little more something going past the line of scrimmage.
You're giving up on Etienne, huh?
Yeah. No, I haven't completely given up on, because they'll be able to pass the ball to him, but I do think that durability became a little bit of a question, and Tank Bigsby is seen as more of a mauling type of runner compared to Etienne. I still like Etienne, but here he is in his 5th year, and you know how it goes with these guys. They still can have him as an integral piece and a key piece. I'm not dismissing him, but there's no doubt Bucky Irving took over for Rachaad White.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And if you go back and look, and this is a saucy, because this is what you're looking for in Jacksonville. You want to be able to control the clock, own the football, own the scoreboard, run the ball when you need to, get that 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, instead of doing some stupid toss play. The Bucs were the only team in the National Football League to finish in the top 5 in passing and rushing.
Saucy nubs.
That's big. That's big. And so if you have that type of guy that can draw it up, scheme it up, and look at that up front blocking and make sure.
Well, that's what the thing that inspired me a little bit when I looked at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers roster. That offensive line is young and physical. Now, we got some grumpy old men interiorly in the offense, and the philosophies of what the offensive line coach is going to bring here to Jacksonville. Because what I saw last year with the Jaguars and their offensive line, it had to be taught during practice, because their inadequacies were defiant when you saw them pass block the way they ran block. And that had to be taught in practice. So I'm going to be very interested to see what kind of philosophies this offensive line coach has for this team moving forward.
What was the number you had before contact for the Bucs?
3 yards.
Okay, the Jags, 2.13. So that's basically
whole yard.
Quite a bit lower.
Yeah.
And before contact, 2.13, it ranked worse than all but the Carolina Panthers.
Now, the Bucs were still threw the ball more than they ran it, okay?
Yeah, but they both were top 5.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. They still threw the ball more than they ran it. But,
which is today's NFL for sure.
They also ran 100 more plays than the Jags ran this past year.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah, and so the fact that you own the ball.
They're staying on the field and scoring points.
Yeah, the fact that you own the ball is huge. All right, we'll keep it going. You guys jump in, 641-1010. Hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We are on YouTube, so you got the stream. You can come by the Ale House right here at the corner of Beach and Hodges. As a matter of fact, AEW's Mariah May has come by the Ale House, and we're going to say hello to her. AEW got a big event coming up at Daly's Place, and we're going to find out whether she's a Jaguar fan, because she may have ties here and another place that they play. So we will do all that coming up on XL Primetime from the Ale House. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Leon Searcy as we hang out on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The NBA is on 1010XL.
The Magic look to rev things up against Cade Cunningham and the Pistons tomorrow night at 6:30 on 1010 AM.
What's happening, fellas? It's your boy E to the T here, and it's a brand new year, which means a brand new you, especially in the bedroom. So if you're ready to make 2025 the year to level up where it counts, let me make it a little easier for you. Get yourself some Blue Chew. They've got a chewable tablet that has the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, and Staxin. That means you're getting top-tier performance, my boy, without leaving the house. Blue Chew comes right to your front door in a discreet package, so your neighbors won't even know what's going on. But you will. No doctor's offices and no pharmacy run. Just licensed medical providers helping you find the right prescription. And guess what? They're made right here in the USA. Oh, and did I mention it's free? Yeah, you heard me. Your first month is free. So what you waiting for? Visit BlueChew.com and get a consultation. And start your year off with confidence to keep things interesting in that bedroom. Get that Blue Chew at BlueChew.com, baby. Let's make this year unforgettable.
Happy New Year, taco lovers. Don here from Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach. Football season is wrapping up, but Taco Lou is still cranking out the tacos. If your New Year's resolution is to get back in the gym, remember you can keep the workout going with a taco in each hand or a taco in one hand and a cold Dos Equis or margarita in the other. It's practically my entire exercise regimen. Well, maybe all of it. Anyway, come in, relax, and be ready for a great year. Happy New Year from all of us at Taco Lou.
Mia here for MyBookie. It's win or go home with the AFC and NFC finals this weekend, so build your bankroll for the big game. The NFL playoffs are the ticket to the biggest game of the year, and all roads lead to New Orleans. This is your chance to get in on every high-stakes moment along the way. Your road to New Orleans starts now with MyBookie, the ultimate destination for bettors who want more. Whether you're backing the underdogs or riding with the favorites, every drive, every touchdown, every moment is an opportunity to win big. Kick off your 2025 right with risk-free Thursdays. Place a bet, and if it doesn't hit, MyBookie has your back. Dive into the Bet Boost tab to supercharge your picks and build that bankroll before the big game. MyBookie's online casino keeps the excitement going 24/7. Blackjack, roulette, slots, it's all there. Whether you're celebrating a big win or gearing up for the next round. Haven't joined? Now is the time. Use promo code 1010XL on your first deposit, and MyBookie will hook you up with an instant 50% deposit bonus because you deserve to start the new year off strong. Don't forget that promo code 1010XL on your first deposit, only with MyBookie.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Mia here. You want to know what I'm so over? Resolutions. You want to know what I am into? The revolution hitting the road in a new Toyota from Arlington Toyota. So what do you say? Join the Arlington Toyota revolution and save big with financing as low as 0% on select new models. Or get up to $8,500 off select new Toyotas. Plus, every new purchase from Arlington comes with their lifetime warranty and 60-day exchange. 10939 Atlantic Boulevard or at arlingtontoyota.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 24th, 1950, legendary baseball player Jackie Robinson signs the then largest deal in Brooklyn Dodgers history, $35,000, coming off an MVP season.
Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL, brought to you by San Jose Collision.
It'll be a busy weekend for both men's and women's Gators basketball. Starting off on Saturday, the men look to get their third win in a row against rival Georgia as they tip off at home in the O-Dome at 3:30. Then next up on Sunday, the Lady Gators are hoping to snap their two-game losing streak with a road matchup at Auburn, tipping off at 3 o'clock.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. They can transform your backyard with fire pits, pergolas, screen enclosures, and outdoor kitchens. And CSS handles the entire project from start to finish. You dream it, they build it. CSSOutdoor.com.
Mia here. Since 1982, Closets by Design has specialized in creating dream spaces for every budget. My designer, Frances, made the process so easy. She came to my house and designed a walk-in closet that's not only beautiful, but incredibly functional for me and Beau Valentine. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation at 800-293-3744 or visit closetsbydesign.com and take advantage of their 40% off New Year savings this month only, including 18-month special financing. Closets by Design.
If you've played sports or still lead an active life, chances are joint pain is nothing new. This is Dr. George Barry of Barry Orthopedics, and we like to be your option when it comes to taking care of your body and getting back in the game. From shoulders to elbows to hip and knee pain, Barry Orthopedics can diagnose and treat a variety of injuries that are causing you pain. We are Barry Orthopedics and online at barryorthopedics.com. With more than 30 years of experience, our team is here to care for your entire family.
Find out more at barryorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Coming back with some good Tom Petty. It is a rock type of day with Liam Cohen being announced as the next head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So with Florida Home AC bringing you this Friday, if you want to throw some good rock and roll, JJ's Way, you can hit the text line. Design by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010. And we are hanging out at the Ale House corner of Beach and Hodges. And we have got AEW's, well, she's called the Glamour. Mariah May is on with us on XL Primetime, and she brought her championship belt. Mariah, how you doing?
I'm okay. I mean, I was excited to come because, excited to meet you guys, but you brought me to an ale house.
Yeah.
I'm the Glamour. I'm the world champion. I brought this beautiful title here, and now I'm watching my bag.
I figured you wouldn't mind.
How dare you, Joe Cowart?
I figured you wouldn't mind being from across the pond, that you would like to come to a place called the Ale House.
What do you mean by that? What? Because I'm British, I want to... It's like a pub? Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah, because I would love the pub.
Well, first of all, I haven't got a drink.
No.
I've got nothing. Nobody's drinking. I mean, what is this you've got?
Point.
Is that coffee?
See, this is USA today.
Like an acai bowl? I mean, it's a sports podcast. You guys are frauds.
All right, so how did you get your name, The Glamour, with all, just coming into AEW and just talking trash?
Well, I've always been called The Glamour because I'm very glamorous. And I don't know if you've watched wrestling, but none of them look like me. I wear pink and rhinestones, and I'm very, I'm princess. So that's kind of where it came from. And then AEW, when they found me, I guess they liked it and they kept it. I was really good at marketing before AEW picked me up.
How can someone so glamorous be such a badass in the ring? That's
the really question. Multi-talented, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. I look good. I do good things. I went to culinary school. I'm a chef.
Oh, wow.
I'm an accountant. Okay. I have a lot of feathers in my cap.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
I can get a chicken, defeather it, debone it, and make a roast chicken. Which I don't know if you guys have a Sunday roast here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But you guys do weird stuff. Like a real British Sunday roast is my thing.
So you would be...
So you're actually grabbing the chicken, wringing its neck.
I could kill it.
Feathering it.
I would never... Don't, Peter or whatever it's called is going to get me. No, but if it was... That's what I learned how to do, which was disgusting. Very traumatizing.
Don't worry about Peter. We'll take care of that.
So you're basically saying you're Hell's Kitchen inside the ring.
Yeah, I'm Gordon Ramsay. Better looking.
Yeah, that is true. Gordon's a little scary.
Yeah.
That's for sure. All right, so tell everybody, because this is AEW Dynamite tomorrow night. It's inside Daly's place, what they can expect.
No, it's Collision. So Dynamite's a Wednesday, Collision's our little Saturday. Don't make me...
I know.
We're not that far away, actually.
She's about ready to come over the rope.
Yeah, you're really testing me today. But we have Collision, Homecoming.
Yeah.
So Daly's place is our home. It's where AEW really, in the pandemic, we were there all the time. So I guess we're calling it Homecoming. And it's our show tomorrow. You can get tickets on awtix.com and Ticketmaster. And I'm going to be there with this glorious title that none of you can see. But trust me, it's nice.
All they got to do is go to YouTube and they can see it.
Well, have you plugged that? I haven't heard you plug that once.
Yeah. Have you seen wrestlers as big Search? Because he was a college football Hall of Famer, a Pro Bowler for the Jags.
Whoa! Respect. Swap. Maybe.
Oh.
I'm on the wrong side.
You're
but
out, Joe. You're out.
Two heads at the table right now.
There you go. That part right there. Absolutely.
I should have known. She's coming after me. That's for sure. All right. So when you decided to make the move from over in England over here, what was the main attraction for you to come over and be with AEW?
The American dream.
Yeah.
No, well, I always, I'm from London, as you can tell by the accent. I moved to Japan to wrestle. And I always wanted to be in America, to be on TV, to kind of it's a whole different beast when you're on TV, the stories you can tell, the things you can do. And, AEW made me a great offer, and they brought me in a great story. And so for me, that was really exciting. It's what I like to do, is tell stories. So, yeah.
What's it like working with Tony Khan?
He's really cool. He's a nice boss. He's like, if you need to go home and do something, like I said, I'm British, so I have family there, and he will always, support you and make sure that you can do that and see them, and very accommodating. Really cool guy.
Nice. Now my college teammate was The Rock. Now I watched The Rock on TV for a long. That's my college teammate was The Rock. And his signature move was the people's elbow. Do you have a move that you've named that you call it something?
So my name is Mariah May, and one of my signatures is like I knee somebody in the face, and the commentators say it's gonna be May. It's gonna be May.
Nice.
And then my finisher is called Mayday.
Nice.
Just because it's got May in it.
Right, what's the finisher?
Yeah.
I get them like on my shoulders, and then I flip them over and like sit out so their head hits the floor.
Wow.
It has a name, I'm sure.
Who are you wrestling tomorrow night?
I'm not wrestling. I have a face-to-face with Tony Storm, who I beat for the YouTubers.
That's who you dethroned.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she's come back dressed as a rookie. I don't know what she's doing, so I'm just going to be there.
Could the face-to-face turn into something, maybe? Or?
If she tests me, yeah. I mean, this could turn into something.
She just looked right at me like, I will body slam you.
It doesn't take a lot to push me over the edge.
Yeah.
No, I'm British.
No hesitation. All right, invite them out tomorrow, how they can get tickets, when they can be there with AEW.
So AEWTix.com or Ticketmaster. Come to Daly's Place. It's cool anyway. It's a really cool venue. I've only been there twice, and it's just such a cool atmosphere. You're very close. You'll be very close to me, the glamour, and unfortunately Tony Storm, but mainly me. So come.
We loved, we still love JR. JR was the one who would bring us closer to AEW, because same thing you mentioned about the pandemic. When he came, he's a big Oklahoma Sooner football fan, and whenever he came here, he ended up buying a place and living here, which is great.
Aww.
Yeah. Jim Ross is a good dude.
Good old JR.
Yeah, he's definitely cool. Well, listen, we appreciate it, Mariah. Make sure AEWTix.com.
Yes, or Ticketmaster.
Or Ticketmaster.
Whichever tickles your fancy. That's a British saying.
Yeah.
It just means whatever you'd like.
Do you know, like, if you ever get over to London when the Jags are playing over there, you could be going to a Jags game there and here.
Yeah, I should, be on the what do you guys call it, a pitch? The field?
Yes.
The field?
Yeah.
With my title.
We're just stalking the sideline even.
Yeah, looking for my husband, I guess.
Yeah. Why not?
Eligible is what you're saying.
Yeah. Eligible bachelor. I want to be a wag.
Thank you very much. AEW Collision tomorrow, Daly's Place. Make sure you get over there, AEWTix.com and Ticketmaster, as Mariah May joins us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mariah.
All right, now listen, we are going to keep going as far as the Jags are concerned. We got our head coach, Dave Campo, that's coming in. He's definitely going to chat us up. Look, he's all fired up. So we're going to go from Mariah with the belt to coach with the rings.
With the rings, right.
Yeah, because he's got them, that's for sure, and then get a little more into what we've got heading into the 3 o'clock hour. Oh, yeah. Look at him. I got to make sure I take a picture of Coach, because hang on, make sure I get this. Yeah.
We're still on the radio, Dave.
We're still on.
Right now, Dave's taking a picture with Mariah.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, so let's finish up some of the stuff that we're talking about, just as far as where this football team is at, and keep it going with that next move that's going to be made. You pitched Patrick Graham yesterday as a guy that you thought could be the defensive coordinator. I don't know exactly where we are when it comes to the hiring of the defensive coordinator, but how important is it for everybody to make sure that they get that part of that side of the football fixed sooner than later?
Man, just attitude. I made a joke last week, and I can guarantee you, whoever gets hired, the first thing he's going to say is we're going to be aggressive. That's what they all say. They need somebody with some attitude that can bring some attitude to the building. A presence. Mm-hmm. They need a presence in the building. I'm not so sure Rick Nielsen had a presence.
Yeah.
Other than his 500 guitar collection.
Yeah, front man for Cheap Trick.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, my concern was, me and Coach Campo was talking about this off there, because he's so inexperienced. I mean, does he really know? Are you concerned that he's going to go after guys he knows rather than guys that are more qualified? Mm-hmm. That's the biggest question I'm asking.
Yeah, we're going to look at our head coach, Dave Campo, and might as well jump in now real quick before we hit the top of the hour, because honestly, both sides of the ball were pitiful, okay? Mm-hmm. And the one thing that even though we kind of got unshot after that presser, he said both sides were very predictable, and he wasn't wrong, and he was predictable in a lot of ways up until his latest move. But coach, as we welcome you in and say, hey, this was a football team that gave up scores and scores of points, man, and hopefully they got to get that side of the football right just as much as the offense with Liam.
Well, I think there's two things, and it's great to be with you guys, by the way. I don't know if you heard me, but that young lady can be my bodyguard and cook me a meal anytime she wants.
Let me just say this to you. You know that she's high on the scale when Dave doesn't care. When Dave just flat out is getting after it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, here's the thing. I really look at this that there were really three areas that they need to do. One of them is the quarterback. That's a big deal.
Number one with the bullet.
So I can understand them looking at a young, kind of innovative play calling type of a guy.
Right.
The second thing to me is can he hire a general manager that is on the same page with him? And I think that's the second most important thing going forward is that that guy is important.
Right.
The third thing, and by the way, he has to be a guy that can evaluate talent along with him. Mm-hmm. And I believe what they're going to do is they're going to keep the scouts right now, but they'll make a change once the draft is through and all that kind of stuff if they don't have the right guy.
And it probably wouldn't be crazy to say not necessarily replace but add. In other words, the criticism was they didn't have enough in that area to begin with.
Well, if that's the case, yes.
Yeah, so then add as opposed to replace.
Right, exactly.
Okay. All right.
And then the third thing to me is going to be the staff. And I think the staff, as Leon just said, is probably one of the most important things because you could say whatever you want. The head coach is the CEO. He's got to handle the employees.
Yes.
That's the key.
Yes.
And the employees are the players. He's got to get the culture changed, which is trust, in my opinion. That's the most important thing. And then his employees are his assistant coaches. That's my concern with him is because he hasn't been around very long, and that's going to be an issue.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say is the assistant coaches, to me, I think are so undervalued. Because if you really, and I know you don't like to talk badly about it's just coaches or assistants or anyone in your profession, and I get that. But if you look at that team last year, that offensive line hasn't improved in 3 years. That's number one. Number two, they don't cover anyone in the secondary. I say this over and over and over. How many times do we watch games and you're seeing teams throw the ball and there are corners or safeties or linebackers right on the receivers? Like the ball has to be put right on the spot or it's incomplete. That never happens here. Never. That's coaching. Part of that is coaching. Part of it is talent, there's no doubt. But part of it is putting them in position to be in the right place at the right time, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, it's both. And you forgot the third part, which is the pressure on the quarterback.
Right, that too. Mm-hmm. But I mean offensive line as well, though.
Yeah,
you can't you can't get beat when you're at your 1 yard line. You cannot get beat like that and get sacked in a game where if you got a chance to win the game.
Right. Here's the whole thing to me. You win the game up front. That's going to be his major challenge.
Right.
And that's the thing I like about him. I don't know a lot about him, Liam Cohen, but I do know that he values the running game. Mm-hmm. Okay? And so I think the back end of every defense is based on what happens up front. You look at the offensive, the back end, you can't have a great running back nor a good quarterback if you can't protect them and you can't block and run the football. Mm-hmm. On defense, you can't be a great cover team unless you have the guys up front putting pressure on the quarterback. Mm-hmm. I think that's the reason that last year's defense was better than this year's. They had better pressure from last year's defense on the quarterback than they did this year on the quarterback.
Which is hard to say. Yep. Half dozen picks, that was it. They were near the bottom in a lot of categories. All right, real quick before we head to the top of the hour, let's go back to JJville.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, so we're getting more details about the actual deal with Liam Cohen. So Jeremy Fowler's reporting it's a 5-year deal. But then, and that's like the official word. But then we have, I guess you could call him like the new Dilla guy that everyone's been following, Yardline Yoda. And he says it's a 5-year deal between $12 to $14 million per season. I mean, we'll obviously never know if that's real, but holy crap. And obviously he was being given the like $4.5 million from the Bucs, so that's nothing.
Right. If it is that, which we're talking about tripling it, which is just insane, but that is where we are. And then the other part of it, you can't say the new Dilla, okay? The Dilla's the Dilla, okay?
Sure. Well, first off,
I apologize for that.
12 to 14 means he's going to be making more than probably 65, 70% of the coaches in the league.
Well, the average is 8.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that means some guys aren't making 8.
So
12 to 14 is like, Joe, that's a lot of dough.
Unprecedented.
For a guy who's never been a head coach.
Right. Let's carry this into the next hour. But that basically, that is Sean going, please.
But I would also I would temper that a little bit. I'm not sure that's going to be the number. That's
like I said, just online rumor.
Exactly. We do love those. All right, we headed to the 3 o'clock hour. Stay on this hot topic. We got Championship Sunday coming up. Don't forget Ale House inviting you to any one of theirs. But right here at the corner of Beach and Hodges, Doug in the bunch. Doug's a diehard Jaguar fan. He was all fired up about the way things unfolded. So make sure you drop on by. Bud Light Bucket specials. They'll have it all going on. Championship Sunday. We got our pick coming up. It is all happening on XL Primetime.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL. Fans first.
I was born a Jags fan, and I'm Duval till I die.
Jaguars, pride forever.
Duval!
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. The championship games are here, and it's now or never. Time to play and win with PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 10 million active members. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your dough roll in. It's just that simple. And now PrizePicks is giving you a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. That's right, 1,000 times just for playing. If you know the game, you run the game. PrizePicks just keeps making it easier to play and win, including the Flex Play, where you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. That's right. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit, and cash out as quickly as 15 minutes. Now, here's the best part. PrizePicks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy. That means your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use the promo code JAX, J-A-X, and get $50 instantly when you play 5. It's all there at PrizePicks. Run your game.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my successful back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Is your dog Team Rough or Team Fluff? It's officially Puppy Bowl season at Dogtopia Jacksonville Beach Boulevard. They're getting MVPs, most valuable pups, ready for the big game. Your dog deserves a tail-wagging day of fun, and Dogtopia's indoor playrooms are the perfect training ground for their game day moment. Get your dog in on all the action by visiting Dogtopia Jacksonville Beach Boulevard and St. John's Bluff. New to the pack? Enjoy a free day of daycare. Mention Puppy Bowl when booking to claim the offer.
The Jacksonville Icemen are back home Saturday night to battle the Orlando Bears in a big South Division clash in downtown Jax.
Calling all Jedi and Imperial forces.
Saturday is Star Wars night, when the Icemen wear special Star Wars-themed jerseys to be auctioned off live following the game. 7 o'clock at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JaxIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Iceman hockey is #Frozen Frenzy.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back?
back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TURN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TURN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TURN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hello, I'm Malcolm Anthony. I've been practicing criminal defense law for over 40 years. It's what I love to do, what I do well. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me, Malcolm Anthony, at 285-4LAW. 285-4LAW for Malcolm Anthony.
I'm Hacker, and I'll get you more Gator Chomps during the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. New episodes drop every Friday. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com.
Instead of wasting money on resolutions you won't keep, why not invest in something that lasts? Like fixing that dripping faucet, clearing that clogged drain, or finally tuning up your AC. Call Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. We'll help you keep your home in shape this year. It's the one resolution you won't regret breaking. Call 904-862-6769 to schedule service today. Because when you're stuck, call the Duck. Right now, get $50 off any service of $150 or more.
Ammon, you're always talking about how clean air is healthy air. I've had this cold for weeks. Can cleaning my air ducts actually help?
Well, Dad, I'm not a doctor, and let's be honest, you probably caught that cold from one of your grandkids. But I can tell you this, the cleaner your air, the better you'll feel.
Makes sense, but what do air ducts have to do with it?
Your ducts are like the lungs of your home. If they're full of dust, allergens, and who knows what else, all that junk gets blown into the air you breathe, especially now that the heat's running. And the EPA says improving indoor air quality can reduce health risk.
So you're telling me my vents are working harder than my immune system?
Exactly. That's why Zero Res is here. We're NADCA certified, and our truck mount system is the most powerful in the industry. Right now, we're even offering $100 off your total for January.
All right, sign me up. If it makes me feel better and keeps your mom off my back, I'm all in.
Good call, Dad.
Zero Res.
Spelled border backwards. It's the right way to clean.
CEROREC. Zero Res.
Transform your bathroom with stunning shower glass from Sky Glass Solutions in Jacksonville Beach. For a free quote, call 904-608-5151 or visit skyglasssolutions.com.
I'm Max Fink here with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, brought to you by First Coast YMCA. The slippery slope the Magic are on got even worse last night as they now lost their fifth in a row to the Portland Trailblazers, 101-79. The good news heading into the loss, though, is that long-awaited return of small forward Franz Wagner, who had 20 points and 4 boards in his first game back after missing the last 20 with a torn oblique. His return brings hope to the locker room, so listen in to Coach Mosley being positive about Wagner's return after the game.
No, I thought he was trying to find his rhythm. I thought he found a little groove. The guys were confident in finding him. His ability to attack, get downhill. You know, give Portland credit. They did a great job of switching things to try to stall us out. They packed the paint very well. So give them a ton of credit for what they did defensively in order to stop us from getting to the lane. But you know, for Franz, I thought he did well for his first time back in this many weeks.
It's 51 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Ale House right here at the corner of Beach and Hodges. We say thanks to everybody for hosting us and for Mariah May from AEW for dropping by a little bit earlier. You got Jag fans in here that are, she's fired up.
She was feisty, man.
Oh, yeah. You listen, they come with... kind
of like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what they're wrestlers, and then they're wrestlers first and then entertainers second, or vice versa. Either one, however it goes.
She made me a little nervous when she said she puts him on the shoulder and then hits his head on the ground.
Right, well, first off,
that makes
honestly,
you a little nervous.
She may have been 105 pounds, okay? So the fact that she's putting somebody on the top over her head, pulling somebody over her head, that's Impressive.
So you got AEW Collision tomorrow night at Daly's Place, and we've been on a collision course between the owner, the GM, and now the new head coach. The collision course is finally bouncing Balky out of the building, and then Shad just basically going wheels up and going and getting Liam and making sure he was here. And then they walled off the Mecca and made sure that no one was around when they brought him in and started negotiating. JJ just did that just happened before the break, talking about A, it's a 5-year deal, and B, the money that is at least being thrown out there is pretty aggressive, that's for sure. So they're flying in on the text line. If he can negotiate with a billionaire like that and get something in the $12 to $14 million range, God bless him. Okay, that shows you he's already ready to win whatever negotiation he's in and make this football team better. So, all right, so we talked about the defensive coordinator, making sure that side of the ball is cleaned up, and then actual run game along with pass game. What do you guys think as far as the general manager part of this is concerned? What type of influence? How key will it be for him to get a guy that he's familiar with? There was stuff flying all over X last night, Leon. That Spytek was a guy that left Tampa. Tom Brady had a relationship with him, brought him to Vegas. It would have been nice if he could have been able to align with him. But how important or how much influence will he have?
Well, listen, Coach said it last week. He said, as far as the head coach and the GM goes, he said they got to have the same vision. They got to have the same identity of what this team is going to look like, what the philosophy is going to be on both sides of the ball. I mean, that's going to be essential when it comes to the type of guys that you go into free agency and bring in here, the type of guys that you go into the draft and bring in here. So you and the GM have got to mesh. You know, the two have to become one. So to say, as far as building the brand, building back the Jaguar brand. Right. I don't think we really ever had an identity, sort of say. So this might be the opportunity to finally start one.
You know, I think that one of the things, and you know, you're looking back a little bit, but when I was here with Jack Del Rio, I really don't, you know, Shaq and Gene Smith. You know, when they were the GMs, I don't know that they were great at picking talent, but I think they were on the same page because we were a run-first football team, and with David Garrard and Leftwich, and those guys were able to the play-action game and do those kind of things. To me, that's what has to happen here in order to fix Trevor. I think the running game has to go, and that's one of the things that I think this guy brings to the table. You know, he believes in a running game. But they're going to have to fix the offensive line, in my opinion, and get what you said earlier, Leon, about the young guys. Yeah. They're going to have to bring in some young guys. And Matt's been yelling about it for 2 years now that they need a guard. I had a guy tell me that I was with Jacksonville, that was with Jimmy at Miami, Paul Boudreau, and the offensive line coach.
Yeah, well respected.
Yeah, and Boudreau said to me the other day, he said, you know what I told those guys was, give me 5 tackles and I'll teach one of them to snap. You know, give me some big dudes that'll come off the ball and get after somebody, and let's play football. Now, in this day and age, a little bit more pass rush, a little more athletic at the tackles. Give me a couple of guards that can come off the football and go get somebody. That's really where we're at, I think.
Let me ask you this as a coach, okay? And I don't believe this. I'm just asking you your opinion on this. Trevor Lawrence has now spent 4 years with, I mean, God knows what, teaching him the NFL game, right? Not only quarterback's coach, but offensive coordinator, play caller, all of that, okay? How much damage do you think that's done in those 4 years, and how quickly can he respond to that with this new guy?
I think it starts all over again from the standpoint that I think, you know, you look at a guy like Ben Johnson, and I'm hearing the same thing about Liam Cohen. He has his way with the quarterbacks, that they trust him and that he understands the game. And to me, it's all about how they mesh. Now, one of the things that I think is going to be important, he gives the quarterback a lot of leeway. Well, that's up to Trevor Lawrence because he's got to make the decision that I'm going to put in whatever time is necessary, whatever days are necessary to be able to run the game myself. Yeah. And when you look back on some of the things that have happened here, we've been a better football team when we've been in a 2-minute drill. where the quarterback has to make those decisions.
Much better offense, actually.
So maybe he can
accelerated
get that,
energy,
and run the game himself.
Yeah.
See, if he has that ability, he should have the ability to be able to take what Liam Cohen brings in here and go forward. And that's what we're hoping.
Yeah.
For sure. That's the key to the whole thing.
It's funny that I never thought I'd say, hey, Trent. Boy, strike that.
He's
from
gone.
my vocabulary.
Joe.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, we forgive you. It's
That's
been
a
5
violation.
years with the guy. We forgive
That's
you.
a violation there.
With apologies to Trevor, I just used the word.
Yes,
Thank you.
that's a dollar
Thank
jar
you.
for you
And
then.
don't ever leave, Dave. But the thing is that I never thought I would say, Trevor, borrow from Baker. Never thought I'd say that. One number 1 overall pick and another number 1 overall
Also
pick.
was lost. He was lost.
He
Baker
was lost,
Yeah.
and he found himself, and he did it over a period of time, and he was the guy, okay, Cleveland gives up on him. Look where they are now, by the way, when you start to kind of add up all the quarterback problems that they had. They dumped Baker to go spend $250 million guaranteed on Deshaun. But anyway, for Trevor's part in this, borrow from Baker. Be more aggressive. Be more intent on doing whatever
think about
it takes
this.
to win.
Think about this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Baker started to turn upward again when he was with McVay at the Rams.
Yeah.
Who's the McVay disciple?
Yeah,
Liam Cohen.
Liam
Then he gets with Liam Cohen at the Bucks, and boom.
Yeah, just a little mini relationship in 20.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, you told me Baker Mayfield's had a chip on his shoulder ever since he was in high school. He's
Ever
always
since he
told
played
he's too
football,
short.
yeah.
I mean, Trevor's been told he's been great since he was in high school.
Same thing, yep.
You know,
Completely
so
opposite, yep.
two opposite. You know, I mean, I know you're saying to be like Baker, but one has been told since he was in high school that you're the next.
You
comic.
almost said coddled. You almost said
almost
it.
did,
You were
yeah.
close.
I was close to saying that.
one of the coaches with Tampa Bay told me that the thing about what Coen brings to the table is that number 1, he believes in the running game, but number 2, the big plays come off the passing game, and you've heard me in the play action game. Excuse me, you've heard me say that a bunch of times. He believes that. The thing that helped Baker was the quick passing game that made him more accurate. You're going to be more apt to see a Brian Thomas catching a dig at about 18 yards and running it for about 20.
Yeah.
Over just heaving the ball down the field.
Right.
And if that's one of the things that he's got to get better at. He's got to get better at accuracy. Some of that comes from protection. As long as he feels comfortable that he's not getting pushed back into his face, that helps the accuracy as well. So they got to clean the offensive lineup. I keep saying that. That's no question about that.
So explain to everybody about the key to play action. That it's like in college football, you can get away with anything you want in offense. But in the NFL, these guys are so good, and they're so fast, and they're so athletic. You've got to be able to do something to make them think they're running the ball. So the safeties creep up, or the safety's initial first step is in, right?
Yep. And plus the fact that I don't know that there's a team, and I say this, facetiously, maybe it's the Jaguars. When you know that they're going to throw the football, your chances of being successful are not great on offense. If they can, you said it, the runners are so fast at attacking the quarterback that if they know you're going to throw, they're going after it.
A la predictable.
Yeah, well, you have to be deceptive in one way. You have to, or they're so athletic and so smart, and they're the best of the best for a reason. They're in this league,
right?
Like the only way you can fool them was with deception or with the ability to run the ball.
Absolutely.
So where they think you're running when you do play action.
Absolutely.
Because that run game and plays off of play action will freeze those safeties, and you have to respect everything, and you have to walk somebody up, and then that's going to – Brian Thomas already thrived with hardly a running game.
Correct.
Just imagine what it's going to be like when he does have the element of surprise, mystery when they walk to the line of scrimmage trying to decipher what they're trying to do.
Well,
and if that happens, that'll be great.
It's the entire back seven. If you can get them to take their first step in every time, man, you got a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Huge.
Right. Yeah, and that's why that number ramped up, almost doubled in the run game from what Tampa did last year to what they did this year. And so that part of it, honestly, it's such a big deal. All right, now speaking of big deals, And Coach, he's fired a little bit of a mini protest, and I expected it. I knew it was coming. But in the name of make XLP great again, 1010 Ozzy said we got to keep going with our 6-pack of picks. After all, it's a Bud Light build up to the weekend, so we need 6 picks, 6-pack of picks. And so I came up with the point spreads for each of these 2 games, the totals for each of these 2 games, and then 2 props for each of these 2 games. Coach thinks we're trying to reel him in because he's got this thing sewn up.
Sounds fishy to me.
Yeah, it does sound a little fishy. And
he's a little upset about it, to be honest.
Wait a minute.
He's definitely a little upset.
Listen, I may get thrown off of 1010XL for this one, but I'm going to tell you what I said to him. I said, it sounds like the Democrats, as soon as they think they can't win, they change the game.
He's trying,
and he came back to me saying, I just want to make XLP great again.
You're not going to get kicked off for that. Trust me.
And so I'm just taking 1010 Ozzy's advice, okay? And he wanted to create a nice graphic, and so we got it all ready to go. And I looked at Coach. I said, Coach, what are you, scared? Oh, he bowed up at that point. He's like, hell no.
I mean, to be fair, you are changing the rules on him. You're literally changing the rules with 2 weeks to go.
I should have known. 2 losers. We're gonna.
Now I'm a loser.
We're gonna argue. Well, you're at the bottom of the heap.
Dead last.
That's the only reason I brought that up.
I've won it twice, but I'm a loser now.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. You
true.
did win.
Show the rings.
Yeah.
I did too.
You did win.
Back to back.
I think we
Wait,
all.
somebody at this table hasn't won.
I have won.
I don't think you have.
You know what? I'm a winner in my mind. Okay, that's
You're
all.
a legend in your own mind.
Exactly.
Right,
I am
Joe?
100%. I tell TLD that all the time. All right, so Coach is at the top. He's up by 3 games, and we're just trying to reel him in. That's all we're trying to do. So let's do that
you and
coming
Leon
up.
in. I'm not.
Let's just try and do that coming up in just a second. And look, you went 4-1 last week, so you can call yourself a winner.
Kidding. Yeah, listen.
Yeah, that's great.
You can call yourself a winner. You and JJ, if you guys would have, if JJ would have started with us in the very beginning, who knows? He might have been able to do it too. But both of you guys went 4-1. Although JJ, interestingly enough, against the spread, he's had a winning record the last couple of weeks. But what was your record with Frangie?
Oh,
without any spread
this year.
Isn't
oh
that
my
crazy?
God. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Worse than mine?
No.
Well, not
Let's not get
I knew that was coming. Not that bad.
Yeah. All right. We'll keep it going. We got the picks coming up. We got a couple more things that we got to get to, but you guys are more than welcome to keep it going as far as your opinions on Liam Cohen, now the next Jacksonville Jaguar head coach, ready to lead you back to the postseason.
Catch Gators basketball on 1010XL.
It's a Florida-Georgia fast break at the O'Connell Center. 5th-ranked Gators and the Bulldogs. Tomorrow at 3 on 92.5 FM.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Garber Auto Mall is home of a lifetime warranty. Every new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Ford comes with a lifetime warranty. At Garber Auto Mall, your purchase is covered for life. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. Woolsey Morecambe is your MVP in the legal game. Our team of skilled attorneys tackle personal injury cases with compassion and expertise. With fumbles like a car or truck accident, we're here to seek the compensation you deserve. Right here in Jacksonville, we've successfully won over $100 million and earned a championship-worthy record. When it's game time, you want a team that plays to win. Contact Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY. Offices, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, get ready to spice up your night at One Night Taco Stand. Every Taco Tuesday, enjoy their mouth-watering tacos for just $2.99 and get your weekend started with 2-for-1 house margaritas. Find fresh Mexican street food, stiff drinks, and fun vibes at One Night Taco Stand with 3 Jacksonville locations in Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser share the huddle with Freddie T. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Fred Taylor, he's a candidate to go the distance.
On 1010XL.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. It's win or go home with the AFC and NFC finals this weekend, so build your bankroll for the big game. The NFL playoffs are the ticket to the biggest game of the year, and all roads lead to New Orleans. This is your chance to get in on every high-stakes moment along the way. Your road to New Orleans starts now with MyBookie. MyBookie is the ultimate destination for bettors who want more. Whether you're backing the underdogs or riding with the favorites, every drive, every TD, every moment is an opportunity to win big. Kick off your 2025 right with risk-free Thursdays. Place a bet. If it doesn't hit, MyBookie has your back. Dive into the Bet Boost tab to supercharge your picks and build that bankroll. MyBookie's online casino keeps the excitement going 24/7. From blackjack to baccarat, roulette to slots, it's all there. Haven't joined yet? Now's the time. Use promo code 1010XL on your first deposit, and MyBookie will hook you up with an instant 50% bonus because you deserve to start strong.
Mia here. When it comes to roofing, whether it be shingles, metal, or most repairs, there is one name that has protected your home since 1999. Pro-Jax Roofing. Serving all of Northeast Florida, Mike and his guys have been repairing and replacing roofs for 25 years. Need insurance help? Mike's team can help. Raised in a military family, Mike provides great attention to detail with unparalleled quality and workmanship. They also have warranties, so you can have peace of mind. Call Mike today for a free estimate or online at projaxroofingfl.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and when you head into a brand new year with a boat show coming up, you've got a lineup of Honda and Coach pontoon boats that you want people to know about.
We do. We've got them in stock. It might still be a little chilly, but it's never too soon to start thinking about your next boat. We are going to be at the boat show January 24 to 26. You can come see us there. If you can't make it to our showroom, come see us at the boat show.
All sorts of ideas and opportunities to enjoy fun on the water with Cycles of Jacksonville. You can log on and check them out, or head to the showroom and be at the boat show.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Frangie for Ricketts Electric. Now, any good lineup needs power. When I needed a power connection for our new Walk-Off Charities baseball park, I found the perfect partner in Ricketts Electric. You're going to love these guys, I'm telling you. The Ricketts family has been providing commercial and residential electric service for years. So call my buddy Zach Ricketts today at 904-320-5960, and you can find them on Facebook as well. You will trust them. That's Ricketts Electric, the city's best power connection. Call them today at 320-5960.
We don't have too many cold nights on the First Coast, but when the temperature drops, you want to hit the heat button and warm up. That's where Florida Home comes in. They're the AC experts in Jacksonville, and the importance of keeping your heating system in good working order is really important. If it stops working when it gets cooler, Florida Home will leap into action and provide you with the best solution. Heater and heat pump repair service and new system installation. They do it all. Just call Florida Home AC at 777-4300, the official heating and AC partner of the Jaguars.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Love the rock and roll. Florida Home AC Friday. Definitely enjoying it.
Turn it up.
Florida Home, they like to, they want to make sure that you're cool all the time, warm when you need to be, which is kind of cold right now, but also rock you out on a Friday.
That song's a little omen, too, by the way. That song's called Kiss of Death. I don't know why JJ would play that, but
that's because no reason, honestly.
We're happy today, JJ.
There's literally no reason besides I love that song.
No.
Don't look into it.
There you go.
No, listen, none of us are getting out here live, okay? Get over it.
Whenever he wants.
You say that all the time. I don't know
That's
why you
facts.
say that, man.
It's true.
I always say,
Come on, man. Like earlier, you were talking about an asteroid coming in 2029.
Listen,
Man, why you got to say that?
I'm just saying.
I always say no one's getting out of this world alive, so you might as well get around the world twice as fast, okay? So have fun, enjoy,
Exactly.
do as much as you can, as often as you can. And right now, we are down to some picks, and we definitely want to do it. So you
Look at the shirt
you,
he's
you love
wearing.
the handle?
So the Jaguars Twitter, X page, the new avatar, Shad, beaming from ear to ear. He's got this sweet Jaguar shirt on and a black
What
sweater.
is he
over
wearing?
it.
Let me see it, bro.
The smile is as white
Bro,
as
you
the
walk into a
stash.
bar wearing that, you're gonna be.
And he has like his British little pin, it looks like, or something.
Oh, yeah. That's closer gear right there.
That is.
That's for sure.
In
All
fact,
right.
he could walk around in Wembley with Mariah on his arm, and he'd look very normal.
He should have chest out right now, okay? Because he at least for now, we'll find out whether Liam Cohen's any good or not. But at least for now, he said that's the guy I want. And look, we had fun with it earlier because when he hired Urban, and we played the drop, and we probably will play it again today. This time I got it right. Well, we all know what happened. Well, he needs to get it right. He needs to get the guy in the building.
Listen,
that
talk
can right the ship.
Talk is cheap,
Yeah.
and let me tell you, a guy told me that was here with the Bucks at training camp for the practice.
Yeah.
That Trent came up to him and said, I finally got it right on defense. That's another example of how right it is
Really?
when you make a pick.
Which also suggests that Trent had as much had a hand in the hire as
Absolutely.
much as Doug.
That's what it told
100%.
me as well.
Yeah, nothing cheap and nothing deep. How'd that
Also,
work?
not a football guy.
Yeah, how'd that work?
He hired a guitarist as his defensive
Nothing cheap
coordinator.
and nothing deep.
Yeah, okay.
All right, beautiful. With that in
Covering
mind,
somebody.
let's do our 6-pack of picks. Let's get it down to the nitty gritty. Coach is trying to close us out. He's almost dormy. So what did we do? We added to the puzzle to make it even harder for him to win. But he has been in control from the jump. There is no getting away from that. All right. So we have point spreads, over-under totals, and a couple of props. HardRock.bet, Hard Rock Bet app. You can definitely check it out there. All right, so the Commanders, 6th seed, okay? They're going on the road, trying to win the third game on the road in the postseason. They're facing Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, and company. You want to take a look at the line? It is right now a 6-point line. Philadelphia favored. Coach, who do you like in this game?
I'm going to give you the weather, too, Coach, if you want to wait for like about 5 seconds.
Yeah, give me the weather.
You got
It's
it.
actually supposed to be nice in that.
It's 26 currently, Dave.
Yeah, but it's in that supposed to be in that no threat of snow in that 45 degrees. Supposed to be like a Chamber of Commerce type of day up in Philadelphia.
Well, I've ridden Philadelphia all the way in, so I'm going to ride them to the finish line.
I mean,
Philadelphia.
I don't know about Chamber of Commerce, Joe. What time's the kick again?
It is
It's
at
the early
3
game.
3 o'clock.
28.
28.
Wind blowing at 10 miles an hour, 10% chance of snow.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm going to take Washington. Big Sirs.
I'm going to take Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take Washington.
In the name of where you rose.
That's right.
I've
Matt?
got the Commanders.
Who
Absolutely.
you like? You got Wash?
Absolutely.
JJ?
Eagles big.
Okay, Philly big, he
Wow.
says. I love when he's so
I do
confident.
too, because usually when he does that, he's right.
Oh, I know. All right, so let's go with the total since we're staying in this Philadelphia-Washington game. 47.5 is the total. Over or under, Coach?
Over.
Over 47.5. I love the idea of the over on that one as well, which means I'm going to go under. Leon, where are you going?
He's going to go opposite me at home. That's the only way you guys can win.
No. I'm going against me. I'm going against me on that one.
I'm going under.
Okay. You're going under? All right. Matty, which
Yeah, I'm
way?
going under too. Championship game.
47.5 under.
Yep.
JJ?
Under, I think the Eagles make it a short game.
Okay, because there's going to be a lot. I hope Jaden Daniels can create some offense and make this thing exciting. All right, let's get to the Kansas City Chiefs, who are right now looking to star in their 7th straight championship game.
About the same weather.
Yeah.
About the same
About
weather.
the same?
32
Okay.
degrees, same 8-mile-an-hour winds, 10% chance of rain. Same.
Okay. 1.5 pick are the Kansas City Chiefs. Who you like, Coach?
Chiefs.
You like KC. I'm going to go ahead and jump in and take Buffalo because I do like them to win this game outright. Leon, who you got?
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Okay.
Until they beat them, I'm not going to believe.
That's key.
Kansas City.
I'm taking the Chiefs like rather easily too.
Okay,
actually.
rather easily.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
JJ?
Not easily, but I like the Chiefs.
Okay.
Well, easily being double digit. Like I think it's going to be like 27,
double digits is
27-17, something like that. Well, they'll score late.
Yeah.
It'll be like 24-17. They'll get a late field goal to make it 10.
I would be shocked if Buffalo only scored 17 points.
Yeah. And with that in mind, the over-under total is 48.5. See, this is going to be a regular going forward once we get to the postseason. 48.5. Coach, what do you like?
Over.
Over? Ooh. I am going to go over as well.
Nah, over.
All right, you're going to go over?
Under, always on big games. Under.
Okay. Matt goes under. JJ?
I'll go over.
Okay. Because it's so funny. There is a point difference in these totals, and it really is hard to figure out. Weather definitely had an influence last week, as you can imagine. But this week, it doesn't look like there's going to be snow. Still going to be cold, but it's going to be nothing like what Miami had to face last year in Kansas City, what Kansas City and Buffalo played in last year. Barkley, 130 yards and 3 touchdowns on just 3 carries versus Washington this season. I'll give you the other number in just a second. 130 yards and 3 touchdowns on just 3 of his carries.
Saucy
All right,
nose.
so here is the over-under. The last 2 of our bets are props in our 6-pack. Over-under total rushing yards, 131.5. Coach, which way are you going?
Dave, before you answer, let me give you some advice, okay? On the over-under.
You're giving me
Because
some
I've been
advice?
doing this with the group I'm working with.
Yeah.
Unless it's obvious, it's always under. Seriously. Unless it's like, oh my gosh.
It's
of course he's
minus
gonna
or
run well
plus,
against-
actually, with Prize Picks.
Right.
Well,
Thank you, JJ.
You've
more or less.
You've shut me down. I have no chance
Stay
in
on
this
this hard
group,
rock
this
ride that
last
we're on
group.
right now.
I'm going. This is for Saquon, right?
Yes, yeah, 131.5.
I'll tell you what. I'm going with Saquon. Over. Whatever.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a big number, Dave.
I know.
All right, I'm going to go under.
Me too.
All right, you're going
I'm
under?
going under, yeah.
I'm under.
Okay.
Going under.
Yeah.
Under
I think he'll still have a good day, but I don't think he'll get that.
Load
Okay.
the box.
Okay, so I just want to, and so only one over on this. You went under as well.
Yes.
Maddie. And so the number, which is kind of interesting that I just gave you with the 3 runs that he had, over 130, he gained 130 yards and 3 touchdowns on just 3 of his carries versus Washington this season. 26 others went for 2 yards or less. So that does suggest, and look,
It's just an under.
yeah, it does. But Washington's front is not that big.
That's my whole point.
they're active.
That's why I went that way.
But they're active.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're active.
They're
They're like
active,
our
boy.
old defenses with the Cowboys.
You better believe that, man. They're gonna get after you.
Jalen went 6 times for 71 this last week, so he definitely is still going to be a part of this. All right, last one. Pat Mahomes, over under passing yards, 255.5, Coach.
Under.
Okay. Pat under. Okay. I am going to go over on that one. Leon? I just simply
Over.
think.
I
Okay,
think over.
I just simply think they're going to have to rely on more of him through the air than on the ground.
I'm going under.
Okay,
I
you're
think they're
going
going to
under?
run the ball too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the new Chiefs. They're not really like
No, they don't score.
an offensive like juggernaut. They just do enough
Right.
to get enough points, and then if it's in the fourth quarter and they got the ball,
It's
you're dead.
over.
You're
It's
dead.
over.
All right, JJ.
Yeah, I actually think that's a lot for Mahomes. I'm going to go under as well.
Okay, so you're going to go under. And it's funny because you bounce around, and they're all pretty consistent. Right around 255 has been the number so far. All right, so we are all in there. Coach right now has that 3-game lead looking pretty good. So those are our picks. We'll come back with a few more thoughts on Liam Cohen, your new Jacksonville Jaguar head coach, before we are done. And then another just kind of go around as far as some of the other things that have been happening in the coaching carousel. It is XL Primetime from the Ale House right here at the corner of Beach and Hodges. You can definitely come on by Championship Sunday and enjoy a bucket of Bud Lights.
1010XL, proud to live in Duval.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now, only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Happy New Year, taco lovers. Don here from Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach. Football season is wrapping up, but Taco Lou is still cranking out the tacos. If your New Year's resolution is to get back in the gym, remember you can keep the workout going with a taco in each hand or a taco in one hand and a cold Dos Equis or margarita in the other. It's practically my entire exercise regimen. Well, maybe all of it. Anyway, come in, relax, and be ready for a great year. Happy New Year from all of us at Taco Lou.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
If you're ready to transform your yard with a fence that stands out, elevate your curb appeal with Superior Fence and Rail. Superior takes pride in offering first-class service, friendly installers, and unmatched fence products. Mention this ad and get $250 off your next project. It's time to get off the fence and call today.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Mia here for Dreamfinders Homes. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now is your chance to lock down the rate and get in the game. You heard me right, a 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershome.com for more details.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a professional stamp licker from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Martin Celery.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait to play, Bob.
Well, let's move things along. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Wait, but
That's right, Marty. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we've stocked up on the remaining inventory of low-cost 2024 model air conditioners. So you win. We're passing the savings on to you.
Can I answer a question first?
We need to make room for the 25s, so we're offering great deals on AC replacements while supplies last.
Could I spin the wheel at least? I've been practicing for a year.
With last-minute deals like this, there's no question that you are cool.
What do I tell my kids?
There you go. Have a souvenir t-shirt.
Thanks.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 24th, 1950, legendary baseball player Jackie Robinson signs the then largest deal in Brooklyn Dodgers history, $35,000, coming off an MVP season.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Coen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
New year, new club. This is Joe C., and I'm proud to be a member of Southampton. And with the popularity of golf, getting a tee time is tough. But with membership comes member privileges. Enjoy clubhouse dining, expanded practice area, focusing on all parts of your game. And right now, you can join with an annual commitment and get a $1,000 discount, plus $500 of Pro Shop credit. All the details are online at golfsouthampton.com or call 287-PLAY and make a tee time today at the Golf Club of Southampton.
The Jacksonville Icemen are back home Saturday night to battle the Orlando Bears in a big South Division clash in downtown Jacks.
Calling all
Jedi and Imperial forces.
Saturday is Star Wars night when the Icemen wear special Star Wars themed jerseys to be auctioned off live following the game. 7 o'clock at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Iceman hockey is #Frozen Frenzy.
When you roll into a convenience store for some cold Bud Light, you want to make sure it's, well, cold. Check out the big coolers at Circle K. They make sure it's chilled and ready to go for the big game or party. Swing by Circle K and pick up some cold Bud Light.
Hey, David again with Royal Pest Services. TAP Insulation stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Keep your home cool, noise out, and pests dead. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free inspection.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, my takeaway is that, like everybody else, I'm excited by the hire of Liam Cohen as the new head coach of Jacksonville Jaguar. But, like everybody else, it's about the assistants. As much as you want to say about the head coach, and he's the figurehead, the facilitator of all things, the assistant coaches are the ones that mold the players and the philosophies of the team. 95% of the time and energy that's spent with the players is with the assistant coaches. So I'd be very interested to see who he brings in here.
So you're referring to maybe the Coach Campos of the world, who spent a long part of his career.
I remember Coach. I told him, I can't say it on air, but I remember his catchphrase at Miami.
Listen, I had to start chewing gum when they had the camera on me.
Yeah, because he was chewing rear end otherwise is what he was doing.
To remind me. My takeaway is I'm just as excited about the change. I think change was warranted. I think we felt right along that it should be both the GM and the head coach. So that's taken care of. I'm excited to see. The thing I'm excited about Liam Cohen is he reveres the running game, and I really believe he believes that you win up front. And to me, that's going to be the key for the team and Trevor.
All right, I have a takeaway, and I had it set to go, and then I heard, just as we're coming back from break, I heard Dave say something about his hairdresser. Dave has a hairdresser.
Of course he does.
He's got a stylist, man. Look
he
at
has
him.
a groomer, bro.
You don't understand.
Yeah, I have no hair, obviously,
really
but I don't understand the. All right, whatever.
He's always in a catch-up mode. He understands.
Listen,
Coach knows.
Right?
Listen,
you know I
Coach,
love you and everything, bro, but hairdresser?
Bro, Coach has been fly for a long time.
He has, right? Yeah. Not only that, here's the best thing too. Who did Mariah immediately flock to? Among us,
Coach,
right to Dave.
Yeah, of course.
As soon as she saw me when I came over, oh hi, how are you? Yeah, I got style. You guys don't understand that.
It's called swag, Coach.
Swag.
Dave said, I may not be the best looking guy, but I got that.
Yeah, I said I'm not Robert Redford. I gotta have something else going.
What'd you say? I got the talk. I got the ability to talk. All right, my takeaway is. I just think no matter what they do from here moving forward, and we've been saying this over and over, it's got to be about fixing Trevor Lawrence. So whatever you do, that should be the foundation. Every single decision he makes is, how is this going to help fix 16? That's the way I would look at this moving forward. You've got too much invested in this guy to not look at it that way, and he has shown in games with plays and quarters and stretches of seasons that he can be a franchise-type elite quarterback. So help him get there consistently.
My takeaway is that for the last 5 years, this guy didn't sleep in the same bed every other year, okay? 5 different spots over 5 years. He just got a 5-year deal in Duval. Stay, stick around, make sure you make your mark. You're not allowed to leave, at least for the first part of this contract, and make something good out of it, all right? Instead of 5 different spots in 5 years, how about lock down Duval according to Liam and make it a success? That's what I'd like to see. That's for sure. All right, real quick. I've got some I feel like these qualify as either saucies or bold facts, but first we need to do that real quick.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So I wrote about this 3 days ago at USA Today, and you would not believe the grief that I got from Ohio State fans. Like my inbox.
They
you
probably
would not
despise
believe
you.
it, man. So lo and behold, I wrote that Jeremiah Smith should get in the portal, right? Entertain offers, because why wouldn't he entertain offers? He can always go back to Ohio State if he gets the offer he wants and says, do you want to match it?
Right.
Right?
That's so beautiful.
We've talked about this over and over that, look, he's got 2 years till he gets to the NFL. You know, there's the possibility of having a career-defining injury. Why would you not get the money while you can? So lo and behold, he's already had offers. And apparently, according to On3 Sports, he's got one for $4.5 million for a year, for 1 year of service.
Wow.
$4.5 million. So, again, if you've got that offer, now you go back to Ohio State and say, can you match it?
Yep.
And they probably will, but he, at the very least, has to put himself in position to take care of himself financially.
Well, yeah,
again, I've said this over and over.
it
It would be fiscally reckless of him not to do that.
Well, let me ask you a question. What did he get Ohio State last year?
I don't
$1 million?
know. I don't know.
Let's say he got
Probably
$1 million.
$1 million,
Let's say he got $1 million.
He was
Okay,
a high
guess
school
what?
kid,
Guess
yeah.
what? He got $1 million. He's outplayed that contract.
Way outplayed it. He's the best player in the field in the national championship game.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Every single time you turn around, you're holding up your employer for more. It's beautiful. It's hey.
Well, it's a 1 year deal.
I know.
That's all.
Work the system, game the system, whatever. I think it's definitely punching a hole in the feel good of college football. But whatever.
I've got a side hustle for all of us at the table. There's no thing where agents have to be documented and all that stuff.
Right.
Let's be agents.
Yeah.
Man, we got a chance to make some money on this NIL deal.
The question is, which team offered him the $4.5 million for a one shot?
That's it.
Yeah. My guess is it's probably
the 305,
Alabama,
Texas,
the 305.
Georgia,
You said
Miami,
Texas,
yeah.
the 305.
One of those four.
That's where he's from.
One of those four, probably. Yeah.
Well,
that would
Texas.
be my guess.
Yeah. The big money engines are out there.
Maybe it was Florida State. Maybe
and they
Mike
like
Norvell
Florida
just threw it
State.
out there.
He's from down south, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Florida, Florida State, and Miami, right? I mean, and Ohio State. Those were the four.
Yeah, that was the four. Yeah.
Yeah, but
maybe LSU.
One stroked a larger check to get Cam Ward over DJU, and so they probably will outbid them on this one as well. That's for sure.
One got DJ Castellanos, and the other got Carson Beck.
That's like they didn't want to spend the money on Cam Ward, so they added DJU. You want to know why you guys finished that with that record, Florida State? That's your reason, right?
Well, heck, they're still taking shots at them. They had more inches of snow than they had winds up in Tallahassee.
Yeah, 3 inches.
Oh, they were loving that. They were all over them for that. All right, I feel like this is a decent this is like a running list of saucies / bold facts, because this is all, and I'm looking at Coach just having a little fun with this. Washington is going back to their first championship game since 1991. Mm-hmm. And so they have now ended what was a miserably long streak. And so it's been pointed out that Dallas has not appeared in the NFC Championship game since last winning the Super Bowl in 1995, which you were a part of, and you were a part of.
I put that mojo on him, by the way.
So after you guys and Neil O'Donnell were dealt that devastating loss, you said, you know what, no more. Ain't
That's
gonna
it,
happen
no more.
Dallas has appeared in 18 playoff games since 1995, none in the conference title round. So anyway, Fox Sports did this great piece. So I'm just going to try and rattle these off. Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and the New England Patriots have won 6 Super Bowls since the last time Dallas was in the NFC Championship game.
That's
the Pittsburgh Steelers surpassed the Cowboys for the most Super Bowl wins in league history. Andy Reid took 2 teams to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl 3 times in 5 years. Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl with 2 teams. The Eagles won their first. The New York Giants won 2 themselves. The Broncos won 3. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels won as many playoff games in 2024 as the Cowboys have all time with Dak Prescott. The list goes on and on.
I'm bleeding out here.
The Washington franchise changed its name twice since the last time Dallas was in the championship round. John Gruden coached the Raiders twice since the Cowboys were in the championship round. Belichick was the head coach of the New York Jets for one day. Brett Favre retired 3 times and unretired twice. It's just unbelievable. The Browns moved to Baltimore and then rebranded as the Baltimore
Who the
Ravens.
heck is sending that out?
It is just endless. Texans were founded. The Lions won their first playoff game in 32 years. It just would not end. It just cracked me up. That does hurt, doesn't it, Coach?
Yeah, but let me just end it since we're talking about Leon and I being in the Super Bowl together.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson's been hired, fired, won a Super Bowl, hired, and fired since Mike Tomlin been back to the playoffs.
Yeah,
So
that is true. So you can have that. That's true because he doesn't have a win since, 2016? Is that right? I think it's
yeah.
I think it's 0-6 since 2016, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hey, listen, you got
can
to
always
find
make stats work for you, man.
Yeah, you got to find joy in someone else's pain whenever you have
Well,
to,
but
right?
listen to this. The Steelers have been in the Super Bowl 3 times by the time since the Cowboys.
yeah, you're right. You win. I just had to throw something out there to try to stop the bleeding. I was bleeding out over here.
All right, now, speaking of joy in Whoville, let's find out what the Embedded and Shredded thinks of all this.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
Oh, he's Carline. He is fired up. First off, the member of the Pride, Liam Cohen, got Trent Baalke bounced out of the building. But now, not only is he a member of the Pride, Hayes, he is Duval's head coach. What say you?
I say he walks into the Miller Electric Center with a 10-0 record because of how well he orchestrated this entire week in saving the Jaguars from future years of incompetence. I think you have to really tip your hat to him. I mean, this is what this organization needs. It needs a competitive killer. And I say that with the highest degree of respect for him. A competitive killer. And that's what Liam Cohen has proven that he is. Is he ready? I have concerns if he's ready. But what he has proven to me this week is that he will go get that extra edge that you've got to get to win at an elite level in this league. And look, the numbers are simply spectacular. I mean, it is just 1 year, but it's hard to argue. He guided an offense that scored 502 points. The Jaguars had 320. The Jaguars were 37.3% on third down. The Buccaneers were at 51%. Obviously, you saw what he did with Baker Mayfield. He produced an 1,100-yard rusher, a 1,000-yard receiver. Yeah, I think you look at the weapons here in Jacksonville, and I think it's pretty easy to get excited about Liam Cohen. But to me, the biggest thing is the cachet that he walks into that locker room with, because all the players know exactly who's got the power and what he's done in getting rid of Trent Baalke.
Carlin, will he have the power, you think, to do the full
Absolutely.
reboot? And do you think he will do a full reboot?
Yeah, I think he will, and I do think that he's got the power. I think that was contingent on the deal. Yeah. I think when the Jaguars lost out on him, it was clear Shad Khan was willing to move mountains personnel-wise, promises on decision-making power for Liam Cohen, and obviously an incredibly lucrative deal for a first-time head coach. So, look, it was a messy process, but it doesn't matter. They're in the end zone now. I think they're in the end zone with somebody that has fantastic potential. But again, what he's proven to me is that he is a competitive killer, and that's what the Jaguars needed.
All right, bro, man. You guys will cover it all for the next couple of hours.
All coming up on the Fringy Show. Yeah, we're at Barley and Pine out here in Fleming Island. So come see us. Great beer, great pizza. So if you're in the Fleming Island area, we're on County Road 220. Come see us at Barley and Pie.
The hustling and bustling 220. Thank you, Hayes. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, guys.
Hayes, Frank, JJ, they will have it all until 6 this afternoon. Coach, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us.
Great, as always.
You feel better, right? You feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right?
Yep,
all right.
feel better.
All Duval, let's at least hope, this one's a good one, okay? That's all you can do. That is all you can do. A tip of the cap. I'll toss back a pint in all y'all's honor. Thanks to Bud Light. Thanks to the Ale House for hosting us today. We got the Francis Show coming up next. Big Leon, Searcy, Matty Hayes, Joe C., and Coach Campo. JJ, good job as always, my brother. We will talk to y'all on Monday.
Everyone wants to doubt Jacksonville. Never doubt Jacksonville.
This time I got it right, okay?
In a world where life can be predictable,
I will give them something they've never seen before.
1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by